Cô ơi, đúng 10 giờ 10 em sẽ bật livestream nhà.
Ok. Chứ có lẽ chị Thủy Phương hay là chị Hồng Linh share screen được rồi đó.
Chị Phượng đang share hả?
Rồi chị share rồi.
Em chào các cô, còn 1 phút nữa em sẽ bắt đầu livestream. Nhờ các cô khi mà em livestream thì giới thiệu luôn được không ạ? Em cảm ơn ạ.
Ok, thank you.
Sao mà hồi hộp.
Hơi run.
Rất hồi hộp.
Lần đầu làm chuyện ấy.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, participants, and presenter. First of all, I would like to welcome to the Visual with TESOL International Convention 20 and 21. On behalf of organizing committee, we would like to thank you so much for your participation and contribution to the annual convention success. We are Võ Thị Thu Hằng, moderator, and Miss Nguyễn Thị Minh Ngọc, the moderator of the session today. We are delighted to see all of you in the virtual present today, especially in this parallel section today. We do hope that all of you will be able to have a valuable knowledge and experience as takeaways the following tasks. Before the presentation, there are a few considerations. In case you have any questions or concern about the presentation, please feel free to drop the comment on the comment chat box so that we can gather the questions for easy response in 5 to 10 minutes in the Q&A session. We gladly welcome the presenter, Ms. Nguyễn Thị Phượng and Ms. Speaker Lê Thị Hồng Linh from Asia Pacific College Gia Lai and Truonng Chinh High School. Okay, now please a big hand to Ms. Hồng Linh and Ms. Phượng.
Thanks for your nice introduction. Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm Linh, and my co-presenter today is Ms. Phuong. Warmly welcome all of you to my presentation with the topic, an investigation into the interaction engagement in online English learning by high school students in Gia Lai province, Vietnam during COVID-19. Now let's start it. According to Phuong Nguyen 2016, the needs for education updating were requiring because of the fast advance in technology. The needs to learn at any time and any place were in this way to be achieved. Moreover, some global institutes have implemented online learning throughout the last 2 decades. Most schools, colleges, and universities, on the other hand, do not use this educational style, and their personnel is unaware what e-learning entails. The sudden global outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic in early 2020 had led to thriving online learning across the world. Students in Vietnam has been no exception. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Education and Training in Vietnam has promulgated many official departures And in Gia Lai province, the Department of Education and Training also asked the school to implement the official departure. For example, the number 1061, the number 526, and the number 555 on teaching over the internet with the motto of stopping going to school, but not stopping studying. And as the result, all level of education in Gia Lai implemented the departure. But as you know, Gia Lai province is a mountainous area, so the student and all the teacher have to face a lot of difficulty in learning and also in teaching. But how effectively grade 12 students across 7 high schools in Gia Lai province study in virtual classes is unquestionable. Therefore, this study aims to explore challenges in virtual classes of grade 12 students in Gia Lai province, a mountainous area in central Vietnam. This is achieved by employing a quantitative approach to analyzing in-depth questionnaire with 321 students at the 7 different high schools in Gia Lai province. The following section also the objective of this research are as follows: to identify the challenges and obstacles to online learning that grade 12 students face during the COVID-19 crisis, and also to understand and apply the more effective strategy and modes for engaging and motivating students in English learning. Yeah, and also the study addresses the following research question: what are the challenges of online learning during the COVID-19 crisis encountered by grade 12 students? According to Cairo Noble Lancia, they stated that the application of technology and digital literacy have been developed and improved. They stated that to effectively integrate technology into learners' education, educational theory and instructional methodology must respond to fresh means of employing technology and how it might be integrated into learner education. Yeah, that's all for my presentation. And now warmly welcome to Mr. Phuong to the rest one. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Ms. Lind. Now move on methodologies. You know that the goal of this current study is to discover the obstacle faced by grade 12 students in Gia Lai province during the shift to online learning in the second semester of 2020 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the 6 possible solutions for future virtual learning. And you know, there are 321 grade 12 students in our study. The number of females is more than that male. And how did we do the research? First, you know, an online survey-based questionnaire were constructed for the inquiry and data gathering to evaluate the student online learning challenges during the COVID-19. And moreover, the survey-based questionnaire had 7 multiple choice that addressed the study goals. It was created using Google Forms and delivered over WhatsApp group to students at the end of the second semester of 2020. And there are 2 parts in our study. The first part is about student demographics information, and the second part includes a set of questions about students, the problem which they encounter during online learning. And now we come to finding and discussion. The data were analyzed using disruptive research methodologies, and the study finding focus on one primary issue: the challenges and obstacles the student encountered during online English learning classes. So first, you know, the goal of this study was to investigate these online education challenges that grade 12 students in Gia Lai province experienced during 9 weeks on the second term of 2020, namely e-learning problems, students' interaction with information technology tools in e-learning. According to the finding, more than 50% of students mixed several chores responsibilities and communications with teachers of orbit are critical in the education process. Therefore, the outcome of this survey highlighted that many high school students were not prepared for this sudden shift to online learning mode. Factors brought to our attention were about 24% of single device home with multiple students, approximately 46% of inadequate online learning apps and tools, more than 46% of limited Wi-Fi connection and suite, and over 52% of outdated devices and equipments, and about 61% of technological illiteracy, the high rate of students that they lack communication detailing the change. It can be seen that studies that have shown seem as if hurdle that almost every grade 12 student confronted during online learning is being unwilling to shift to technological learning mode, lacking electronic devices, not being given appropriate materials, and not being able to engage in online tests. The more important thing is that students from 7 high schools in Yala province where networks were understrained as a result of the COVID-19 crisis. Because of students, teachers, and other sectors migrated work online. Therefore, accessing online lecture, downloading material, and administering online tests were among the most difficult challenges students faced. In addition, universal online learning software such as Zoom, Google Meet is not copyrighted, is likely to cause major setback to accessing internet resources and limiting time of the virtual classes. Probably students will overcome most of the technological challenges associated with online learning system after some time. However, during the pandemic, English learning, language learning obstacle remain a big issue in online learning. And it is essential that the core solution be taken to facilitate the online education process and over the reported issue. In fact, online education is a long-term endeavor that necessitates investment in all departments. Teachers as well as students require knowledge and abilities in order to teach online. Hence, teaching training courses are required. In conclusion, grade 12 students across 7 different high schools in Yala province in general were confronted by unpredictable setbacks during online learning stage. The hurdle will nevertheless be tackled soon, as soon as students are determined to kick their lack of confidence. And administrators also seek sponsors that are able to support to upgrade internet connectivity suite, donate electronic devices, and provide effective material for students. So from some obstacles for online learning, so we should take some solution. First, a school education notice board would enhance communication from a center point. On the notice board, changes and updates can be broadcasted for students and parents to become updated within minutes of posting a notice of change. And changes regarding technology and accessing to a laptop, computer, or smartphone with a stable and reliable online connection is more imperative than ever before. Therefore, it is imperative that students seek and try the software everyone on. Yes, so this is the software internet solution for family with K-12 students and other low-income households. And next, students can also learn downloadable slideshow, video assignment, and maybe even exam from website and YouTube that are well uploaded by their teacher prior to starting virtual classes. And last, in a changing world, we are growing and adapting all the time. Learning online should be like a new game to study to students, where they have incentive and are motivated to work harder and achieve a higher level at the end of the topic. Thanks for your listening. Yes, is there any question for us?
We would like to share our big thanks for your great presentation. Now we are happy to receive any question that you may have for our presenters. Thank you. The first question we received is, could you list some technical challenge that students may face?
Yes, thank you for interesting question. Some list of obstacles students encounter when they studied online. First, you know, there are 2 or more children in a family but have one electronic devices, and the second, they are inadequate tools and apps. And next, because of the crisis, so they were under strain. So limited Wi-Fi connection and speed. And next, especially they have no ability. They can't improve the ability to approach scientific technology before, so they are illiterate technology to utilize technologies. And next, and the last one, I would say they lack confidence. They lack confidence to contact in virtual classroom, and they can't download some materials from the teachers and other websites.
Thank you. And the second question for you is, what should teachers do to improve technological skills?
Yes, what should the teacher do to enhance this issue? Linh, can you answer?
Yeah. Can I can answer this question? Yeah, as you know, the fast advancement in technology requires us how to update ourselves to keep up with the changing world. Yeah, we are growing and we are adapting on the time. Yeah. First of all, I think we should equip ourselves with the technological knowledge, and we should learn by ourselves on YouTube, on the internet. And last but not least, we must design as much as possible online activity for our teaching. Practice must perfect. So I think the more we practice, the more successful we will have, and we will devote for our teaching. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Linh. And the third question is, despite some challenges that both teacher and student may face during the pandemic, do you get any adequate training sessions and support from the Ministry of Education and Training?
Can you ask again the question clearly?
Yeah. The main question is, do you get any adequate training session and support from the MOET, that's Ministry of Education and Training?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your questions. You know that the crisis make study and teach face-to-face stuff, but we try to with the motto of stopping go to school, stopping go into school, but not stop studying. So although the Ministry of Department, Education Department, they have no program for us to enjoy, to improve our skill to teach online, but we try to study themselves. From Viettel study, K-Tel online, to Google Meet, to Zoom, and to Microsoft Teams. But we stop Zoom. Zoom is very wonderful for us because it's very wonderful for us because, especially in English, we can share students into small groups in breakout room. It's very wonderful for us. But although we have until now we have had any forum or meeting from the Ministry of Department of Education. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And the next question is, why do you choose the grade 12 student for your participant research? The question is about your research participants.
Yes, I think that, at that time, the term online learning and studying is very surprising new to not also students, but also teachers, especially high school, not students in university and college. And at that time, in the early of 2020, so the retail student, they have had short time to study, to review for their national exam 2020, and review or study in face-to-face is very difficult, but reviewing online is more challenging. But we believe that still a grade 12 student, they have adequate ability to approach scientific technology, and they have enough ability or self-confidence and self-reliance to study themselves. That is the reason why we chose grade 12 student for our study. Thank you.
Participant, do you have any questions for our presenters? Okay, thank you. And due to the limited time, we cannot include all the questions in the Q&A session, so you can email the presenter directly. On behalf of VIC 2021, we wish you all the best with a productive day and meaningful rest of our virtual convention. Thank you and goodbye.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
Great.
Cô ơi, vậy Bình stop livestream nha.